Salamat sejahtera, team. Welcome to part 1 of our Workplace Safety Explainer. I'm your host, and today we're talking about something that affects absolutely every single one of us. Whether you're a site worker, an operator, an engineer, a contractor, or a manager, we are talking about your physical health at work. Okay, let's just dive right into this, because at the end of the day, ensuring we all go home safe and healthy to our families is our absolute top priority.
Here is a quick look at what we'll be covering today. We're going to start with the reality of occupational health, look at the principles of ergonomics, and run through the 90-90-90 setup rule. Then, we'll cover repetitive strain, combating screen fatigue, and finally, movement and your rights under OSHA.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, the occupational health reality we're currently facing. Now I want you to pay close attention to this number. According to the Malaysian Occupational Safety and Health Survey, over 60% of Malaysian office workers report experiencing back pain, neck pain, or eye strain. I mean, think about that. That is a massive portion of our workforce literally working in pain. Malaysian workers are spending an average of 8.2 hours a day sitting down, and this sedentary lifestyle, well, it's taking a huge, unavoidable toll on our bodies. We absolutely have to address this.
So, how does all this everyday pain translate into official data? Well, when we look at disease notifications submitted to DOSH Malaysia, work-related musculoskeletal disorders, or WMSDs for short, make up over 35% of all cases. That is over a third of all occupational diseases reported in the whole country. It really goes to show that poor workstation setups and bad posture aren't just, minor inconveniences, they are actually injuring our workforce at alarming rates.
Moving right along to Section 2, let's talk about the principles of workplace ergonomics.
So, what exactly is ergonomics? Simply put, it's the science of designing the workspace to fit the worker. I want you to remember this specific phrase. Mereka bentuk kerja agar sesuai dengan manusia, bukan manusia yang terpaksa menyesuaikan diri dengan kerja. In English, that means we must design the work to suit the person, not force the person to adapt to an unsuitable work environment. For our factory and construction workers, this means doing things like adjusting the height of equipment so you can maintain a proper, upright standing posture without hunching over, or providing anti-fatigue mats if you're standing all day. The environment has to be tailored to work for you.
Which brings us nicely to Section 3, the 90-90-90 setup rule.
Okay, I want everyone watching this explainer to check their posture right now. Seriously, do it with me. The goal here is to create 90-degree angles at 3 key joints. First, your hips at 90 degrees with your thighs parallel to the floor and your feet completely flat on the ground. Next up, your knees at 90 degrees. And please, do not cross your legs. It severely restricts your blood circulation. Finally, your elbows at 90 degrees. This means your forearms are parallel to the floor when you're typing, with your wrists perfectly straight. So the crucial takeaway here is that if you maintain these 3 90-degree angles and make sure your lower back is supported by your chair, you're going to drastically reduce the strain on your body.
But, we've all seen the familiar Malaysian office scenario, right? Laptops placed completely flat on the desk. This forces your neck to bend drastically downward, creating what we call tech neck. To avoid this, you really need to use a laptop stand along with a separate keyboard and mouse. And make sure your monitor is about an arm's length away, roughly 50 to 70 centimeters, with the top of the screen right at eye level, so your eyes naturally look just slightly downward at rest.
Also, if you work with a lot of physical papers, maybe you're in accounts, admin, or HR, please do not leave those documents lying flat on your desk. Looking down at flat documents and constantly twisting your head back and forth to look at your screen is actually one of the leading causes of neck pain in our offices. Using a simple document holder placed right at screen height fixes this issue immediately. It's such a small change, but it has huge benefits.
Let's move into Section 4 and talk about repetitive strain injuries, or RSI.
2 of the most common injuries we see in Malaysian workplaces are carpal tunnel syndrome and tendinitis. Let's contrast them for a second. Carpal tunnel happens when the median nerve in your wrist gets compressed. It causes pain, numbness, and tingling. This is incredibly common among data entry workers, cashiers, accountants, and call center staff who end up typing with bent wrists. On the other hand, we have tendinitis, which is the really painful inflammation of tendons from overuse or awkward postures. We see this one frequently with our assembly line operators, construction workers, and kitchen staff. The good news? By rotating tasks to give those muscles a break and using proper posture, both of these debilitating conditions are entirely preventable.
And hey, speaking of strain, we have to talk about our daily smartphone habits.
When you look down at your phone at a 45-degree angle, you are placing 22 kilograms of effective force directly on your neck. Just imagine carrying a 22-kilo bag of rice on the back of your neck while you're scrolling through your messages. That compounding danger of tech neck is just destroying our cervical spines day by day. You need to lift the phone up to your eyes. Do not drop your heavy head down to the phone.
That leads us right into Section 5, combating screen fatigue.
The best solution to eye strain is this brilliant, structured technique called the 20-20-20 rule. It works perfectly for programmers, account staff, call center operators, literally anyone who stares at a screen all day. Here's how it works. Step 1. For every 20 minutes of screen use. Step 2. Look at something 20 feet or about 6 meters away. Step 3. For exactly 20 seconds. Doing this rhythmically allows the ciliary muscles inside your eyes to completely relax from that sustained up-close focus.
And this brings up another wild issue: blinking. When we stare intently at our screens, we actually only blink about 4 to 6 times per minute. Normally, our bodies naturally blink 12 to 16 times a minute. This is exactly why our eyes get so dry and irritated in an air-conditioned office environment. You have to consciously remind yourself to blink. Also, make sure you adjust your screen brightness so it matches the ambient light in the room around you, not too bright and not too dim.
Finally, let's look at Section 6, movement and your obligations and rights under OSHA. Now, Malaysia unfortunately has one of the highest rates of physical inactivity in Southeast Asia. We really have to actively combat this. Make it a habit to take a 2 to 3 minute movement break every 30 to 60 minutes. Stand up, do some simple stretches, or just walk to the printer. Better yet, embrace a healthy Malaysian lunch break tradition. Take a 20-minute walk after you eat. If you're in a multi-story office building, try taking the stairs for a floor or two. Your body was literally designed to move, so give it the movement it needs to stay healthy.
I also want to remind everyone about the legal framework that supports your health here. Under Malaysia's Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, Section 15 states very clearly, the employer must ensure a safe and healthy working environment. And yes, this absolutely includes providing safe, ergonomic conditions. It's an obligation backed by Malaysian law, because workplace safety is a shared responsibility. Think of it as a true corporate gotong royong, where we all look out for one another.
Part of that obligation actually includes the Display Screen Equipment or DSC assessment. I want to empower you with this bit of knowledge right now. If computers are your primary work tool, you have the right to request an ergonomic assessment of your workstation from your employer. If you're experiencing pain, don't just min along someone else and totally ignore yourself. Speak up, get assessed, and get your setup fixed so you can work safely.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, and hopefully you're already sitting just a little bit straighter. But this is only half the battle. Now that you know how poor ergonomics can harm you, are you ready to learn how to manage work stress and stay healthy in Malaysia's hot climate in Part 2? Take these ergonomic lessons, apply them to your workspace right now, and I'll see you in our next Explainer session where we'll tackle your overall health and well-being. Stay safe, stay healthy, and look after yourselves and your team.
Welcome back to this Explainer. We are jumping right back in without missing a beat. If you're just joining us, this is Part 2 of Your Health at Work. We've already covered the background context, so today we're rolling up our sleeves and talking about the actual, everyday hazards you face on the job here in Malaysia, and exactly what actionable steps you can take to protect yourself and your crew.
Okay, let's quickly run through our game plan for this half. We'll be looking at managing work stress, preventing heat stress, protecting your hearing, healthy eating at work, and finally, a quick assessment reminder.
First up, managing work stress.
Now, we're kicking things off with something that, let's be honest, gets brushed under the rug a lot in our workplace culture. But for the sake of our health and our families, we really need to normalize talking about mental health. Get this, according to the data, 1 in 3 Malaysian workers experiences significant work-related stress. 1 in 3. Think about that for a second. If you look around your workspace, chances are someone near you is really feeling the pressure right now. You are absolutely not alone in this.
So what does this actually look like? Well, you really need to keep an eye on yourself and your coworkers for some major physical and behavioral signs. We're talking persistent fatigue, constant headaches, or getting sick all the time. Maybe you're finding it super hard to concentrate, or suddenly you're snapping at your colleagues and your family. Or maybe you notice a coworker pulling away and just eating alone every day. These aren't just, bad days. These are clear, physiological red flags of chronic stress.
The absolutely crucial thing to remember here is that this is not a personal weakness. Seriously. Stress is just a completely normal reaction to abnormal pressure. It happens when your job demands literally outpace your ability to cope. And listen,
Under the OSHA Act, you have a right to a safe and healthy environment. That includes your mental health. It is totally okay to speak to your supervisor, an occupational health doctor, or HR to get support. If your company has an employee assistance program, an EAP, please use it. That's exactly what it's there for.
All right, let's switch gears to our second hazard, preventing heat stress.
For those of you working outdoors, whether you're in construction, working the plantations, or out on the oil palm estates, Malaysia's year-round 28 to 38 degree heat, mixed with that crazy humidity, is a massive risk. You've got to know the vital difference between heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Okay, pay close attention here. With heat exhaustion, a person is going to be sweating heavily, their skin will feel cool and pale, and they might be dizzy or nauseous. But heat stroke? That is a literal, life-threatening medical emergency. The biggest warning sign? Hot, dry skin. If they've stopped sweating and are confused or pass out, you call 999 immediately. And whatever you do, don't give water to someone who is unconscious. They could choke. Instead, start cooling them down aggressively right away. To stop it from getting to that point, you've got to hydrate before you're thirsty. Seriously, by the time you're feeling thirsty, you're already mildly dehydrated. Second, take your rest breaks in the shade every 45 to 60 minutes. Those breaks aren't you being lazy, they are a fundamental health requirement. And finally, use the buddy system. People with heat stroke usually don't realize what's happening to them, so we've got to look out for each other.
Moving right along. Section 3, protecting your hearing.
So, taking a step indoors to our factories, printing facilities, workshops, and construction sites, we need to talk about noise-induced hearing loss, or NIHL. The tricky thing about this is that it's completely painless and happens incredibly slowly. So you're probably wondering, well, how do I know if my area is dangerously loud? You usually won't even notice your hearing fading until significant damage is already done.
The absolute easiest way to check, the arm's length test. I want you to try this tomorrow. If you're standing about 60 centimeters away from a colleague, so roughly one arm's length, and you have to shout just to hold a normal conversation, the noise level is probably over 85 decibels. And under Malaysian law, that means hearing protection isn't just a good idea, it's legally mandatory.
And here's why it's mandatory. Noise-induced hearing loss is permanent. You can't get it back once it's lost. Using proper earplugs or earmuffs to stay under that 85 decibel limit is absolutely non-negotiable. If you're using foam earplugs, make sure you actually roll them, insert them properly, and hold them until they expand. If you're using earmuffs, make sure your hair or safety glasses aren't breaking the seal. Once your hearing is gone, it's gone forever, so protect it.
Okay, next up, Section 4, healthy eating at work.
Let's talk a bit about our personal habits and how we're fueling our bodies. Look, we all absolutely love our Malaysian canteen food, right? But it's usually packed with refined carbs and sodium. Try to balance out that nasi with some solid protein like eggs or chicken, and load up half your plate with sayuran, vegetables. It is so important for keeping your brain sharp and staying safe on the floor. And maybe limit that super sweet teh tarik to just 1 or 2 a day. Also, for all our folks in manufacturing or security working night shifts, do not skip your meals. And speaking of shifts, sleep quality is a huge deal. Keep a consistent sleep schedule even on your days off, and manage the light in your room before bed so your body actually gets some real rest.
Plus, going back to our crazy heat and humidity, if you're outside, you need a massive amount of hydration to keep your energy up and prevent mistakes. Office workers need about 2.5 to 3 liters, but outdoor workers, you need 3.5 to 4 liters of plain water every single day. Sugary drinks just aren't going to cut it when your body is fighting that hard to regulate its core temperature.
All right, bringing it home with Section 5, Assessment Reminder.
To wrap up our explainer today, we need to get you properly prepared for the mandatory OSHA 1994 training assessment. This is just how we make sure everyone has absorbed these critical safety standards. Let's do a quick practice run right now. Say you get a question about ergonomics or screen fatigue. The answer? The 20-20-20 rule. Basically, if you're staring at screens all day, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds, every 20 minutes. It gives your eye muscles a much-needed break from all that close-up focus. So make sure you brush up on the concepts we just talked about. Recognizing the dry skin of a heat stroke or using the arm's length test for noise. After you finish watching this, you'll have to complete a written assessment with 10 multiple-choice questions. The passing mark is 70%, so you need at least 7 out of 10 right to pass. If you score under 70%, you will need to resit the assessment on another day after reviewing the module again.
And just so you know, all your results go straight into your personal OSH training file, as required under OSHA 1994.
I really want to leave you with this one core truth. Kesehatan adalah harta yang paling berharga. Your health is literally your most valuable asset. It's worth way more than any salary, any promotion, or any amount of overtime. If you take care of your health while you're at work, it's going to take care of you and your family for years to come. Work safe, stay safe, protect each other.
So, as you head back out to your specific duties right now, I want you to ask yourself one final question. What practical step are you going to take today to protect your most valuable asset? Are you going to drink an extra bottle of water? Finally wear your earplugs right? Or maybe check in on a coworker who's been looking a bit stressed? The choice and your safety is entirely in your hands. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and have a great, safe shift out there.